The COVID-19 crisis has shown us that our old systems are not fit anymore for the 21st century. It has laid bare the fundamental lack of social cohesion, fairness, inclusion, and equality. In short, we need a great reset. Let's first look at the impact COVID-19 probably has. We don't know yet the final outcome of this pandemic. There's a lot of uncertainty, but we know already that it will have a changing effect, changing on economies, societies. It's not just to be compared with the economic crisis which we had to pass through 10 years ago. The effect will be much similar to World War, and actually all countries in the world are affected. What is the objective? What kind of world do we want to build? What do we know? What did we learn? I think the world which we want to create with the Great Reset has to be much more resilient. It has to be because security, people will demand more security. Physical security, health security. It will have to be more inclusive. We had already a big gap before the crisis started. This gap will be tremendously increased. So if we want to avoid some kind of social revolutions, and we have seen the signs of anger on the streets already the last weeks, so we have to address this issue to create a stronger inclusiveness. Stakeholders of global society are challenged. What we have seen was a kind of, how shall I say, dominance of business in global affairs in the last, at least in the last 2 decades. Now this is balancing out. We have the return of government, government even taking participation in government, in companies, in any case attaching conditions at safeguarding measures. As we described also in the book, many of those technologies, just look at face recognition, just look at the technologies which you need for tracking people and so on. But then look also what we are seeing now with some of the companies engaged into the research for vaccines, using completely new methods based on synthetic biology. So my worry, no, my observation is that those technology advance fast. Look also at the valuation of the leading companies at the stock exchanges. The transition, as it has been mentioned, from looking at material improvement of life to a more generalized concept of well-being, translated on a corporate level into ESG measurement, environmental, social, and good governance criteria. Economic policies in the future, or 2 key pillars, have to be to create the necessary digital infrastructure, and of course, what I said before, the decarbonization of the economy. Those are the two: the green economy and the digital economy.
Microsoft. We now know him for the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Bill, it's great to see you. Great to see you here in particular because we know the Gates Foundation for its work on infectious diseases, child health, nutrition, agriculture, education, the list goes on. Why does Bill Gates care about finance?
Well, it's all about helping the poorest. And one thing they don't have access to is bank accounts. The fee structure, if you have small amounts of money, is just too high. And we got involved in some traditional microlending, but just didn't see how that could scale up and get inexpensive enough. So now we're involved in trying to make sure we get a very efficient digital payment structure set up for all the poorest in the world to get financial products that work for them.